Hi, Internet, and welcome to Evrand number 51.
51! Closing in on that magical number.
And I'm not doing this by choice. This is all Jake.
Mm-hmm.
It will be Jake's turn in the order, I guess. If Pat's first, then it's
At
Jake.
least you can't float, man.
Don't tempt me. No, I'm just kidding.
Why would you even say that?
Anyway, I'm just going to get a couple things out of the way up front. Then we'll tell you what happened last time in the game, and then we will dive into tonight's episode. So, we have sponsors in Initiative Coffee Company.
Woo, thank you.
And we have sponsors in Elderwood Academy. Wonderful folks providing lovely gaming products from deck boxes to rolling trays to dice towers. I do have a giveaway still going on currently till this Sunday to win yourself basically this guy. Oh, Ash, thanks for the sub. These guys, Ghost of Saltmarsh, Collector's Edition cover or regular edition cover. Three different prizes. So that is something that's going on. We also soft launched Nerd Immersion Plays. I mentioned it last night on stream. It has no campaigns, but a couple of videos. It has Jake's Curse of Strahd intro, which the chat brought up that he didn't actually reference once that it was about Curse of Strahd. He tells a story and never tells you that it was Dungeons and Dragons or that it was Curse of Strahd.
Well, he did his best.
Because the first comment on that channel was like, "What is this?" I was like, "Oh, fair." Out of the Abyss is out. What is the channel? And then why we're doing the channel? Why it exists.
Is the channel?
Well, you know, what
is
is
the
it?
channel?
Where is the channel?
YouTube.
I don't actually have a
How
good
is the
view.
channel? You tell us.
Well, I mean, it's 19 subscribers and climbing, and we are now verified so we can upload longer than 15-minute videos, which means we can start with the campaign episodes, which is where they're going to be uploaded, but I want to get all the recaps there first, so it's not like, here's episode 50, and then also now here's all the recaps.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So if you need to catch up on old episodes, I would check Twitch. The VODs are there for about a month to 2 months while I get all these recaps uploaded so that we can then go with Nerd Immersion Plays going forward. So, that being said, what happened last time? The party had traveled to the Quartz Citadel, home of the Dragonborn of Bahamut. There, they met some interesting
Fellers?
They met some interesting folks at the Quartz Citadel. They were cured. They cured what's his name? Bertrand of lycanthropy, so he could live a normal life. They all also they got cured of their hair growth. The 4-inch hair growth every short rest. They were also cured of those who decided to make blood sacrifices to an unknown figure in the deep, which I revealed to them later, had they not done anything, would have transformed them permanently into Kuatoa. But they got rid of that ability to breathe underwater and the dark vision. A conversation was brokered between Brina and one of the higher-ups there in an attempt to possibly get her to join the ranks of the Dragonborn. She chose not to, and everybody here questioned why. Let's see.
She's 12. She doesn't know much about religion. She took some literature with her, all right?
Also, at the end when they were like, yep, we don't take
Husband,
paramours, we don't have kids. At that point, I was like, oh, this is definitely not a decision a 12-year-old should make.
Yeah.
Or is it the perfect time for her to make that decision?
Well, I mean,
before she hits puberty.
Yeah, that's true. Then
No,
you wouldn't
well,
have
And
so
gets
this.
distracted.
Oh, so you can live in regret for 400 years as opposed to the 80 as she would as a human.
I don't know if you would, though, because I don't...
Exactly. She doesn't know if she would either.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you wouldn't... It's not like can't, you know, oh, you had this and then you lost it if you never had it. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I get what you're saying.
You know, like you'd be, your now whole body transformation has made it so you don't crave. That's not a thing that you seek, and it's not a thing that you want because your life has a new purpose. But it's never like, oh, I miss my lover. Never had one.
Yeah.
I still punch things. I
Yeah.
just punch things and I'm covered in scales. Anyway. So that happened. They asked if they could borrow a boat to take from the Quartz Citadel over to Dethair, and they met Wedland Mooncaller, the head captain on the ship, bereft with magic items, and they set sail for Dethair. Couple days travel, nothing crazy happening. Although I will say, when you guys kind of wake up on this day, there is a slight shift in the wind, like a storm may be brewing far out to sea, but you can feel the wind changing. So it's actually a little more difficult as the wind was kind of at your back, aiding your traverse. Now it's kind of like a east-west or west-east wind. So it's sort of, it's, a little bit of a complication for navigation. It's not going against you, pushing you away, but you have to maybe make a wide turn.
Oops, sorry.
And things were pretty okay. Nothing crazy going on the boat. They traveled for about 3 days or so. In this time, there was a
Death?
Death?
well, I was gonna get there. Not there.
Oh, no.
There's a cage, a little cage with a polychromatic orb bouncing around inside as though trapped.
It's not
That-
for me, man.
That Rev found, and Wave hates it.
Don't like
It
it.
just feels like it's a thing he does not want to exist. And when he brings it up to everybody, they're just like, that sounds like your problem.
Okay.
You're not too keen on it either,
Yeah.
but not as much as him. And then they found in the crow's nest a body of destroyed with the spinal column and skull head, the whole head and the spinal column removed savagely. And it turns out that particular crew member was the only dragonborn with the gift of the mind, the aspect of the mind, the one that allows them to see things easily hidden from others. That is where we're starting tonight. You guys are on the deck of the ship. Someone has been murdered. And nobody knows who, why, or when it happened. At night, right? On the night shift. Yeah.
Nibbles.
Yes.
Something fishy is going on here.
Well, you are on a boat.
Not that. Don't that.
Sorry, I'm above that.
That's fair. Have you smelt anything weird?
What's Nibble's perception?
He
+1.
has. Ooh, thank you. Is in a 1. He has a +1, but he has advantage on smells.
Would you like to make the rolls? You're familiar.
Yeah, you already rolled twice.
Okay. He says, well, it's I don't know. He says all of these smells are weird.
Fair.
I've only lived underground. So there's this, he's like, it's really hard to describe when you don't know smells,
Fair.
any of these smells. So I can't even tell you what I'm smelling.
All right.
But there's a lot of weird ones.
Okay. Here's the plan.
Okay.
We're gonna walk around.
Okay.
Stay invisible.
Okay.
And I'm gonna help you surreptitiously smell things.
Okay.
And once we figured out what all the weird smells are, you can tell me if you find a weirder one.
Okay.
Because what else are we doing?
That's fair.
So while I walk around with nibbles on my hand, just reaching over at stuff like, ropes, aren't they new? Turpentine? Is this fresh turpentine? Is this? You swap it? What's on here?
Sure,
What's
we'll
on
say
here?
it's turpentine.
Well, just that's.
But yeah, but like sea air,
Yeah.
salt,
Yeah.
winds, all of that is fresh smells.
Yeah. Walking around. Also, I'm just educating Nibbles to the way of the world. This is what this stuff smells like.
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit?
And I didn't think about that until that moment. But yeah, that's a hard thing to conceptualize as a person.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what any of these things are.
Yeah.
It's the allegory of the cave.
Ain't that some shit, bro?
That's right.
Bringing in some philosophy.
So,
Who was that? Who did that? Is it Socrates? Did Socrates do the cave? Aristotle?
one of them.
Is it Plato?
Or Socrates? Anyway.
Was it Greek?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It wasn't John Locke?
No, but I was
No.
thinking
Not
that
John
because he
Locke.
has a blank
Not John
slate.
Locke.
I was also that's crazy. Yeah.
Anyway,
It's as highbrow as Nerd Immersion gets.
currently.
Welcome, internet.
So, this takes like the better part of an hour.
Yeah, this is just something I'm doing.
Yeah, but
Stay
so
out
that's
of the kitchen,
happening.
Nibbles.
What about the rest
Got
of
too
you?
many spices.
The other thing I do want to say to Nibbles real quick is like, if you smell anything that we can't find, like if you see if you smell a thing and I walk over to there and you can't see anything that smells like that.
Okay. Very cool.
Continue.
How's Dad Cooper's sense of smell?
I don't know.
He's a predator, right?
Yeah, you have all the information. There's a wonderful app that also contains all of that information.
What's it called, Ted?
It's called D&D Beyond.
D&D
Oh,
Beyond,
shoot,
huh?
I forgot about it. I didn't see it. It was pushed far back.
I am using D&D Beyond
Is
to
Ted
track my
Cooper on
spell
here?
stuff.
What? Yeah,
Under
it's
creatures.
under your. I think it's now they changed it to extras.
Oh.
But because I don't really know why, to be honest. I guess because technically an artificer can have their turrets there and they're not a creature.
Oh, Harvey Specter's not a creature either. He's a ghost.
Demi's technically a creature.
You're a creature. Ha! Got him.
Good one. Negative inspiration.
Oh.
Just like what happens when you don't have donuts.
Oh,
Nuts.
Yeah.
or when you have a no, I'm kidding.
No.
Sorry.
You have a baby. Fuck you.
Yeah, he should be, I think.
Oh, hey, Darren.
He's there in a form. I don't think he's got all of his
Back.
I don't think he has his updated stuff in there because I didn't put that in there.
Oh, the sidekick stuff.
Yeah, since we made that a thing. Anyway, so what? What are you doing, Wave?
I'm giving inspiration as we go.
Oh, you're
Not guidance, not inspiration.
You're
Sorry.
walking around with Nibbles and giving Nibbles guidance.
Yes.
What about Rick?
Rick is so Rev is walking with Nibbles, and then Wave is kind of on the other side, and then Rick is either on either side, just kind of walking back and forth, trying to run into things. Something's up. I'm gonna figure this out.
Brandon's gonna perch somewhere. And
Okay.
watch and look for anything suspicious.
Okay. Sure. You can make me a perception check. And Wed then comes over and Rick goes, What are you doing?
I'm looking for the potentially invisible murderer.
She goes, Why would you go to invisible? Like, why wouldn't you suspect the rest of my crew?
Oh.
Or me, or any of your party members? Why is your first thing, it's gotta be something invisible? That's really weird to bring up out of nowhere.
Oddly specific.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
That's why.
I've been hit a lot in the head over the years.
So what you're saying is you had a lot of memory loss and it could have been you.
I mean, not recently. I haven't forgotten anything recently.
All right, where do we have? Who is with Rick when this happened? Who do I got?
It wasn't my turn to watch him. I got
Yeah, maybe he did it. I don't know. I wasn't with him.
22 perception.
Okay.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
looking for
you wouldn't
unusual
do that.
things.
No.
Behaviors. I don't know. Something's out of place. Just.
Maybe you should interrogate the crew then, Wedlin.
Extra 10.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up doing that. I'm just a very specific path
This is perception?
that you're going down for no
Specifies,
reason.
Like it's an ability, keen sense.
Or possibly a reason. I don't know why that was your go-to.
Yeah. Ted Cooper's gonna sniff around too.
Okay.
Like, have him like sniff up where the body was found, and then start sniffing around the ship.
Are you gonna somehow carry him up the crow's nest?
Ah, man. Well, we took the body down, I assume.
Yeah, you did, but
You should push.
yeah, you just pushed him off. I didn't know if you were gonna, Okay, that's fine.
Gonna Yoda it.
No, ready?
Who's
I'll have him go away. And then I'll climb up. And I'll
That's-
summon him back.
That's the ticket.
And then
Sure.
let him sniff.
Okay.
And then he can't climb back down, right?
I mean, he can
push
fall.
him off.
You can fall back down.
No, I'll just carry him down.
Yeah, I guess that works too.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you make me a perception check for Tech Cooper?
Yeah, he's just trying to figure out where his stats are.
Yep.
And his-
Don't want to make it an interrogation, but that was a really weird specific path to go
Yeah.
down. Almost as if you knew something as a player that your character would have zero concept of knowing.
15.
I might have.
In a world, they may call that metagaming.
I might have.
Hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hand.
Two players
There's a
at
system
once.
for this.
D&D.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
He got a 15.
A lot of
Okay.
voices. Oh wait.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of voices in the head with Wave and
Yeah.
back and forth.
Sure. Yeah, Tag Cooper, when he's up there, you get the feeling that, like, Tad Cooper is just very much like, can I eat what's left? Because there's, like, some chunks and remains, and it's just like, Tad Cooper doesn't need to eat, but, like,
He wants
he
to.
still wants
Who
to.
don't like to?
I mean, yeah.
This was their friend, dude. You can't eat it.
He's like, but they're not using it.
But like it's a respect thing. I mean,
It's like, are they gonna know? They don't know. They didn't come up here yet. Starts.
no, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't.
After we're done
We're gonna
sniffing the
look
deck,
suspicious if you eat it, alright?
it's gonna be bad. It's a
Because
blood on
yeah,
the
with the blood and all that type of stuff, we don't need that right now.
Oh shit.
We're in the middle of the ocean.
We need these
Ted.
people to like us.
You got wings and you can't fly, alright?
Once
Stop
we're
time.
once we're done with the
Yeah. Smell tour.
smell tour of the deck,
Okay. Down below.
kitchen.
Kitchen.
Specifically.
Good.
Nibbles, you want to see something? You want to smell some good smells?
Yeah. Are there bad ones?
Yeah. You want
Oh.
to smell those too?
I mean, I guess.
All right,
Just grab
let's go.
There you
We're gonna
go.
go
There's
down
one.
kitchen first. All the different foodsies.
Mhm.
Um,
This is like a better part of like a couple hours.
Yeah.
You just educating Nibbles on all of the things.
this is
Hey,
what smells
Wave,
like.
you should go check under the ship maybe, and maybe I should go too. Give me that bubble thing too. All right, man. So can we?
Again, for the third game as you've played Rick, why do you always give Rick better ideas than Wave? Like, you had the idea. Wave could have been like, hey, Rick, why don't we go check under the boat? Why do you give the good ideas to Rick?
It's just a recovery from the.
Alright, fair. That's fair.
He's got to be on point now with that strange allegation.
Fair.
All right. Yeah. So you make your little water bubble, we'll say, and you guys inspect the bottom of the ship. You don't. Make me a perception check.
Is he proficient?
In perception, yeah. He's got. I don't
Did
know.
I see anything?
No, that's 18.
No.
I feel like with this crew specifically, it'd be hard to it'd be hard to figure out what anything means at this point. Because, like, the fact that nothing is different might be weird. Like, they just lost a comrade. Why aren't things out of place? But at the same time, they're, like, trained to fight against evil their whole lives. So it might just be like, yeah, people fucking die all the time.
Yeah.
So without more knowledge, I feel like it'd be really hard to get to the bottom of that.
I'm gonna go find the captain lady.
Okay.
And be like, did anybody have anything against the dude who died? Like, I don't know. If it was like an inside job, like, I don't know. It's a very unusual...
First reasonable thing someone said. Yeah.
Because it's an unusual circumstance. Like, is there anybody
Out of the mouth of babes, or whatever they say. Anyway,
I mean, it was deboned like a fish.
That is a new one for me. I don't think anyone has that kind of animosity, at least not here. We're all sort of on the same mission. It doesn't really benefit us to kill one another, unless there was some sort of foul play in mind control, but none of us really have that kind of capabilities, which would then put the eye on the only thing that's different is you guys are here.
Yeah, that's true.
We made ship travel all over the place, and the first time one of us turns up dead, the four of you are here.
Did he have any?
You're under the ship, man.
What about like, is there anybody on land who has anything against the Court Citadel in general?
I mean, all for the forces of evil.
Well, duh.
In general. But against him specifically, or me and my crew specifically, no one as of late. You know, we have run aground some pirates and put an end to smuggling rings here and there. So we do have our fair share of enemies, but we're not flying specific colors. You know, we're not out here doing anything specific. And I mean, a ship-to-ship combat, we probably would have... Someone would have said something.
Yeah, probably.
Right? I mean, it's also like, where did they come from to do this job and then leave and no one saw them?
Yeah. All right.
And she's like,
Just figured
low
it
key.
out.
Any of your friends got mind control powers?
No?
I guess if I'm asking you, you probably wouldn't know because you could be affected by it.
It's true. Not to my knowledge.
Right, but again.
But again, you know.
Oh, that's unsettling.
Alright. Is it cool if I go search the different rooms below deck?
And she's like,
I don't want to, like, get into people's business. But just kind of look around, see if there's anything amiss. I won't touch anything.
she's like, yeah, I don't know. This has got...
Maybe there's a stowaway.
Yeah, maybe. Again, it's a fucking really good stowaway if they manage to get in through the Citadel. But hey,
you never know.
Forces of evil are
maybe if
tricky.
they were invisible. See, it comes out naturally, Pat.
She's like, you know, that's the second time someone suggested invisibility to me today, but this is the first time it really made sense.
It's just a thought. Is there like... Well, I'm going to search down below.
Okay.
But if we want to keep following on this, like, maybe they're using magic to kind of mask themselves or hide themselves. That's true. They could be disguising themselves as one of the crew members. They could... Does anybody have, like, a detect magic type thing around? Don't you detect magic?
He's under the boat.
Oh, you're under the boat. And stuff like that. And maybe... like if there's like sawdust or like sand or something like that, maybe kind of spread that around to see if there are footprints that don't belong.
And she's like, yeah, well,
I don't know.
Well, no, these are
Just
all
an
good
idea.
ideas. We'll see. She says, I'm the most accomplished spellcaster here on the ship, at least of my crew, and unfortunately, detect magic is not one that I have. My expertise is more in the line of dealing with things you would deal with at sea, but also in shutting down enemy ships.
Gotcha.
Because you see that her ship doesn't have any, at least noticeable armaments. Like she's not. It's a small, fast vessel.
Yeah.
Designed for quick traversal. So if she's the big gun on the ship.
Gotcha.
So her hands are mostly. I mean, breath weapons abound. The most of her crew, except for the dead guy, breath weapons. So there's some AoE in the right formation, you could do a lot of damage with that. But anyway, so she says, yeah. She says, yeah. And it's a 30-foot line if they're high enough, so go across the bow.
Are you still down in the kitchen?
Yeah, we're just about to hit cheese, and I'm trying to low play it because this might blow Nibbles' mind.
Okay, well, because I'm
That's
gonna go
fair.
below deck and like let my party, like he's on the boat, but like Rick and like them be like, this is what I'm gonna go do. If I don't come back, I don't know. Send someone after me, maybe.
Don't go alone.
Well, I was gonna take TC. Should I take
Question.
someone else?
Yeah, if you die, what happens to TC? Does he vanish into the ether? Because he's
Because he
not.
didn't start from the ether. We made that magic because of the tattoo, so I don't know if he just permanently goes away into like a pocket dimension or into the ether.
Okay, so what
Or
I'm
if he
saying
just keeps
is-
living until but he can't come back once I'm dead. So if he dies after I die, then he's just him again.
Okay, just stop talking.
Mm.
The reason I brought that up is I want you to go with someone.
Oh.
Because the person who died was alone. Therefore, if there's two of you and one of you
Fair.
dies,
She just yelled out, "Everybody, buddy system!"
don't yell. Stop yelling. They have jobs to do. Just let them worry about them. I will come with you. Sorry, buddy.
No, finish here.
You don't
I
know.
can wait. You're in the kitchen.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you what.
I know. I mean, like, are you still doing stuff here?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Why do you keep whispering to your rat?
He's invisible.
Why do you
can't
keep
see.
whispering to your wrist?
I don't. She's on us.
Now Brina starts becoming suspicious of Rev. You're talking to an invisible creature and somebody just died. Being mighty suspicious.
I'm gonna message. It's Nibbles.
Do we know Nibbles?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you saw Nibbles made a physical appearance
okay.
at one point and then turned invisible the rest of the time.
No, stop.
That's it. I'm done. I'm not acknowledging it. Walking away.
Fuck.
You guys are going together?
Yes, I'm gonna make sure she doesn't die.
And then you two are going together.
So we're looking around for anything out of place.
Nibbles, I'm building up suspense. The next thing I teach you is it's gonna change your life.
Okay.
What cheese is.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are in the kitchen looking at cheese and then drinking the glass water. You guys spend maybe 10-15 minutes below boat. It's relatively clean. Not a lot of barnacles on this boat. Seems like it's well taken care of. And then you guys surface.
All right. I guess I'm gonna go up to the captain.
Make me a perception check.
All right. Is it specifically Wave or Rick or
Both.
We can both.
Only one of them gets guidance, though.
All right. We rolled the same exact thing, so that's good. So that's 16.
Okay, for both of you?
Yeah. Oh, actually, well,
I was gonna say yours should be way higher than his.
yeah, but I did the help because we're both
Oh,
proficient.
I see. Okay. Sure. So when you come up to the deck, you don't see the captain, but that's not unreasonable for a captain to be in captain's quarters, especially dealing with the death of one of her crew members. But you also don't see anybody else
On the deck?
on the deck. I mean, again, you just popped up out of the water and scan of
okay.
the deck. You don't see anybody.
All right. We'll go to either side of the ship, and we'll just kind of look,
Okay.
keep an eye out.
Make me an investigation check.
It's gonna be a 15.
Okay. Yeah, you don't see anything, but you don't see anyone either. It's real quiet up here.
Rick, you got that feeling? Yeah, I got that feeling weird. Got the same feeling. Yeah. It's quiet. Do quiet.
So 4 rolls in a row, same number.
Oh well.
Okay.
It's a 20.
No, it's 18.
Okay.
Um,
It's a good number to get stuck on.
yeah.
When we were in the kitchen, was there any like flour or
Yeah, I mean,
powdery type stuff?
there's like a mixture. There's not like a ton, right? Flour's not something you want to keep at sea, but there's like hardtack and other kind of sea, you know, so not seaworthy, but like
See appropriate?
sea appropriate.
Powders.
You could
Like
you
anything?
could powder it. It is
Well,
not-
like that's why I'm like, is there anything like so as we go into places I can be like,
yes, you can.
You can poof.
You
I'm
can-
also gonna have my tiny elephant incense, my elephant incense burner walking around with smoke coming out of it, just to
Sure.
see if anything big disrupts it as it walks around.
You, as you're just looking around as Wave, you can't react fast enough, but you see like 3 little red dots appear on Rick's forehead, and out of nowhere, seemingly from nowhere, this blast of energy rockets one. Rick takes 72 points of force damage.
Oh shit. Oh!
Guys, we're gonna die.
Well, I'd like you to roll for initiative. Well, at least you've been Rick. Already.
Do we hear it?
We're below.
Yeah, you guys wouldn't hear it. It's just, I mean, you're below deck on the ocean looking at cheese.
Rick got 19, I got 11.
Okay.
And that was 71 points.
72.
72.
You said, that's Rev. You said Rick got 11? Yes?
No, he got a 19 and I got 11.
Okay. Got it. I'll get there. Okay. So let me make that apparent. So you don't see where this came from, but it came at seemingly out of nowhere. This just intense blast of energy impacted Rick kind of like right in the neck chest region, knocks him back. So let's see here. Oh wait. Shit. Start again. Okay. What's your armor class, Pat?
Rick's is 18.
Yes, but I waves.
Mine is 21.
Okay. So again, seemingly from nowhere, a net launches and sort of sticks points into the ground, pins you to the ground. You take 2 points of slashing damage, and you are currently restrained as this net, which is made of some sort of almost like razor wire, is digging in and holding you to the deck of the ship. And it's Rick's turn.
I'm going to use reveal. You know the location of all the creatures within 60 feet.
Okay.
And
So he knows that I'll let you know how that works. So add the use of that card, which is not an action, it's a thing because it's an inspiration. At the moment, you know where this creature is. You reveal its location to all creatures, so you know where everybody else is now, like you would with other abilities that do a similar thing. You know it currently. Turn from now could be somewhere else. So yeah, you can see that top. Well, you just know that this presence is atop the crow's nest, kind of like on the side of it up there, looking down. That's how it was able to hit Rick and then also pin Wave to the deck. Because the trajectory was...
How high up is it?
It is, what do we say, 20 feet? That sounds reasonable.
Up the crow's nest?
Yeah.
So Rick could reach it with his 30 feet movement speed?
He could, but you specifically said you went to opposite ends of the ship, and the crow's nest is in the middle.
Right.
So with a dash, yeah, you could move over.
Were you opposite long ways or opposite width ways?
Width.
Yeah, I thought you said you went to opposite sides of the ship.
Well, I thought he
I
meant
know,
width, so if he came up in the middle...
Because if we were on either sides, then we wouldn't really be able to both scan. But if we were on either side, then we would, we'd be here and we'd be able to...
Well, I mean, the ship's also, decks aren't flat every time, but... Okay. So yeah, with a dash, he could make it to the top.
Could I use this to double his movement speed with Zippy and get to him just a regular movement, not a dash?
Sure.
Okay. And then Rick is going to try and grapple this thing.
So he gets up there.
First, he's going to go into a rage. Oh, you son of a bitch!
As a bonus action, sure.
Yes. And then try to grapple. Is this just straight roll?
It is an athletics check.
Athletics check. Natural 20.
Which is?
So, crap. 20, I'm guessing? It's not.
I don't know, yeah.
It's weird, this
got
bottom
expert.
part isn't popping up for D&D Beyond.
Well, just swipe. Left or right.
Oh.
Should work. Maybe. Maybe not.
It's not.
Oh, did it freeze? That could be why.
It's still scrolling up and down, so I don't know. I don't have his paperwork here either.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
You didn't bring the paperwork.
Well, hang on. I'll tell you in a second here.
Oh, wait.
It's got
Proficiency bonus is of 3, right? No, 4.
So
So he would double that, so at least 28, plus the strength mod, which is probably a 4.
he's got a 20 strength.
He's got a 20 strength, so 5. So add 13 to his roll, so 33.
33. That's a good number.
Yeah, 13. This is athletics check.
Okay.
So, let me see how we did here with this guy. That is a tie.
What the fuck?
So, it was also a natural 20.
So I could use a
Second attack.
charge.
You use a second. Oh, to get it
To
with advantage.
Reroll? Oh no.
Yeah, you have got the highest you can roll. You can
Yeah.
say you have a second attack
Okay, so I'm gonna
to do it. You can do it again.
try it again. Come on. 12.
He already
plus
does it with
13.
advantage because he's raging. It's a strength check.
Oh, okay. That's a 1. So I could
Use the
burn a charge to reroll
You can
that.
burn as many
What
of
was the
Jake's
higher?
charges as you want.
12. Alright, so that's better. So 27.
Okay. Yeah, it's grappled.
Okay. And with this grapple, could Rick grapple it and then let go so he falls onto the deck?
Does it take pokey damage?
I don't
What is
remember
it,
if
2 or 3 points of...
I don't remember if it
piercing?
takes. I don't know if it takes damage. If I recall, at this point,
Oh,
I
okay.
think it takes the damage later. Melee, when it hits him, it takes it, but I don't think it gets damage
From him grappling?
from grappling till later.
Like a higher level, or because he does when he does something else?
A higher level.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Rick's gonna try and grapple him and then while grabbing him, rip him off the crow's nest and
Dive down to the deck.
yeah.
Try to
Yeah.
land on top of him.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Right next to Wave.
Well, so you've got him. That was your action, your movement, your bonus action. You've got this guy grappled.
Mm-hmm.
You've used all of your movement to get up there with your.
You
Sure.
can't just
Okay.
lean back. Because
I
falling
mean-
doesn't take movement speed.
It doesn't. You're right, but it is
I guess it would,
like
No, I
if
know.
you
I
had
get
grappled
it,
him on the first one, I
And
would
then
say
done,
you
yes.
could shove
Mm.
him
Yeah,
off.
Okay, that makes sense.
But no, so he's grappled. You have
him.
this muscular, very much taller than you creature
Uh-huh.
grappled.
I just see him like grabbing around like the legs. Like I got him.
Wave.
All right. I'm going to cast. Wave's going to cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay. It's a bonus action.
and attack with that. Natural 20.
Mhm.
Booyah. And Spiritual Weapon 8. So that's going to be 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to. Or Wave's going to start climbing up the crow's nest.
Wave is pinned and restrained to the ground by a net of razor
right.
wire.
Gonna try and break free of that.
That is your action to do so. So go ahead and make me a strength check, not a saving throw. Check. So d20 plus your strength mod.
24.
Okay. You free yourself from it. And you take 7 points of slashing damage. And you are free from the net. It's half your movement speed to stand up.
Okay.
So you're at 15 feet of movement speed.
And I'm gonna go 15 to the crow's nest.
Yeah, because it take you move at half speed to climb.
Okay.
So you can't get up.
It's how high up again?
20.
20. All right, and then I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
To use my movement to get up there.
To dash.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try and do what?
Well, that's it.
Oh,
Because
that's
you
it.
use your movement. You don't get a second set of movement with a second action. Your action would be to dash.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And you
'cause it's
dash
half
to
movement.
climb.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
All right.
you're technically 5 feet away from the top of the crow's nest. You're 15 feet up this 20-foot crow's nest. at the
Okay.
moment.
All right.
Okay. How's it going with the cheese? Since nobody thought to yell or say anything that they're in contact.
You
figured
tell
that-
me,
that
how does
large
Nibbles feel about the
Nibble
laser
cheese?
beam.
So
I
how?
would've done something.
Make me a deception check to downplay this cheese.
Ooh, natural 1.
Ooh.
That's a that's a 10.
So what's Nibble's insight? Or his wisdom?
A 1.
So that's a 14. Nibbles, he sees through your cheese ruse.
What?
And
Is it a
he's-
ruse?
I mean, does Rev? I guess maybe Rev doesn't like cheese, and he's downplaying how important cheese is.
I know he's downplaying
No.
it so that when he smells it, it's all
Oh,
better.
I see. I was thinking you were trying to be like, it's not that great.
No.
Oh, you're
No,
trying to
I
lower
was
the
saying, like,
expectations.
Yes.
Wait, no, wait. I said, dude, smell this. It's gonna change your life.
That's true. Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah, he fucking loses it.
Yeah, man.
He's just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Why do they not have this
Sniffs it, eyes
everywhere?
I
bug
don't
out.
Well, you don't know because he's invisible.
I
So like, yeah, man. This is what the future holds for you.
He's like, this was the best decision. I'm seriously questioning arcane pursuits, and maybe I will just do this.
Why pick?
I can do both.
I've heard of cheese wizards.
And you are blowing my mind right now.
I don't remember what they're called, but I remember that they're a thing.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I can die happy.
Not yet, though.
No, I
Good.
shouldn't do that.
Good. Good.
So I'm good. I'm gonna
Cool.
stay here now
Okay.
for like the rest of this boat ride.
Yeah, that's fair. Just
cool.
don't get caught. 'Cause
Yeah, well, I
they
mean, I'm
want,
invisible.
They want their cheese too. So this is what we're gonna do.
What a dilemma I live.
I'm gonna surreptitiously cut you a big slice,
Yeah.
and then you can just eat that big slice,
That's
so they
amazing.
don't see the mouth marks. All right.
So you get it. I'm glad I came with you.
Black step.
Cut
Nice
the
little
ch-
wedge.
Yep.
Just gonna put this in my backpack.
Yep.
Let's go. All right. Check below decks.
So does he like the cheese?
Yes. He's a fan.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you
yeah, I
guys
guess. We
go-
start leaving the kitchen.
down below deck.
Well, we're already below deck.
Like I meant
Are we?
like the
Further
like
down,
below
like
the galley.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
like to the quarters and
Yeah.
like the storage.
Nobody heard the laser beam?
I
It's-
asked that before,
It's.
but
I mean, you guys.
Right
It's
below.
not. They weren't.
I
that
don't
loud.
know the
yeah.
thing. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
not.
asking.
It's not that loud. Like one guy gets killed, and like another guy's there. Like they don't really. Such a good movie.
Where's the crew? They all dead at this point. Even the captain?
You guys are going below deck. You'll maybe find him.
Oh man.
All right.
Well, when I came below deck, there were still people on deck.
Yeah, there were.
Oh man.
And then there weren't.
Yep. Yep.
You've been inspecting cheeses and slices. Important things happen at the right time. So yeah, you guys go below deck, and you can hear like a moaning from one of like there's like crew quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of where you guys stay, and like you guys have your own like one kind of room, and there's like storerooms and all that kind of stuff, and you hear moaning coming from one of the rooms.
We go to the moaning.
Sure.
Okay. You open the door, and there is someone in there, and you can see like a couple bottles are gone, and it's like, Jimmy.
I'm just gonna close the door.
Why did he die? Who did this?
He's missing his friend named James, I think.
Oh yeah.
Quite.
All right, keep going. I guess.
Sure.
Oh.
Okay, so you can keep
You're the
going.
one to do this. I'm just making sure you don't die on the way.
Oh, you want to go back up? What
You're-
do you think is helpful at this point, Rev?
Nothing that we can do.
So.
If it was a crew member, the captain will take care of it. That's her job. And if it wasn't,
All right, so let's go back to up top. See if they found anything under the boat.
fine.
Okay, so you guys begin making your way above deck. Now, it is back. So I will have you guys roll initiative.
Cool.
23.
12. Oh, 13.
Not there yet. So we're at this guy's turn. So Wave is on the mast, climbing up. Rick has this dude grappled at the moment. Oh, I forgot. At the end of Wave's turn, it's going to use a legendary action to attack Rick. Because he can do legendary actions. So that is a 22. So
That's
gonna
a hit.
Rick. Oh, garbage roll. It's going to take 13 points of slashing damage. It'll be cut in half to 7. And you, Rick, see two real big, long, like, you don't actually see anything, actually. There's big claws. You just feel like a dual impact in the gut. But, you know, your armor's pretty good. Now it's its turn. So, what do we got that we can do here? All right, we are going to attack Rick. Rick hears like servos moving. And Rick is at... Rick did not recklessly attack?
No, he just grappled.
He just grappled. Okay. So, added just a straight roll because advantage, disadvantage for a ranged weapon attack. Okay. So, 24 to hit. I'll roll some damage. So Rick is going to take 54 points of force damage as another one of those impacts at point blank range.
He's gonna go unconscious.
All right, so Rick is going to, like a sea urchin, just stick into the deck. You guys hear a loud impact from up above. And then it's gonna move. Oh, he does take damage. Oh no, it was he takes damage from Rick. So get him
Yeah.
Then it is Rick's turn. So I need. Wow, this is the first time I've ever had to say this. I need Rick to make a death saving throw.
18.
All right, that's a success. And then I'm going to say with the impact that you guys heard, the very loud impact and the splintering of the boards above you, you guys run up there and get there, and you can see Rick suspended by spikes a couple inches, or actually probably sunk into the deck, unconscious, bleeding, and Wave like hugging the mast.
He's up there. Or was.
Right. It's your turn.
Cool.
It's invisible.
I guess. Oh, fuck. Shatter? Of course, as it got to my turn, I accidentally backed out of my red page, but
Of course.
you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna bust out the hurdy-gurdy and fear
Okay.
in that general direction because it's a cone.
Okay.
So it has to make a wisdom save.
DC.
My DC is higher than you might think. It is a 17.
Okay. So I'm going to, I guess it's always hard to tell. Like, do you know? I'm gonna say you do.
Okay.
You feel like it starts to take effect, but it doesn't fully envelop the creature, and that it got a 17.
Cool.
So, but like, so you know it's on the deck in the cone area.
Okay.
Wave. Oh, did you have anything else?
No.
So the cone was on the deck, not up at the crow's nest.
I mean, it's a cone.
Yeah,
It's
it goes
a,
in all
it
directions.
goes in a conical fashion. The definition of a cone.
Alright. I'm gonna take Veilguard's Glory and hit the button on it, extend the top
Chain.
of the chain
Yep.
up, and do Thunderwave at the top of the crow's nest.
Creator.
Okay. Roll your damage.
14.
Okay. That was your action.
And then bonus action, I'm going to activate Chill Plate.
Of
Smart.
course, the enemy goes right afterwards.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. Brina. You
You
see all of these things.
To give someone a potion, is it an action or a bonus action?
It is an action. To drink it yourself is a bonus action. To administer it is an action.
Okay.
Which would be the same thing as your healing.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there.
Cool. How far am I from Rick?
30 feet. Ish. 20 feet. 20 feet. Why not?
Oh, also, do I see a number floating around?
No, you don't. You get the feeling that this trinket that has been more of a pain than I had originally thought it would be only works on creatures you can see.
Okay. So then I'm going to run over to Rick.
Mhm.
I will. Hold on, method. I'm gonna smack him up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna get 45 HP. And then I'm going to bonus action to, let me think. what's the staggering smite do again? It's a bunch of damage and it has to make a save for what happens. Do you remember? I don't remember off the top of my head.
I do not as well.
Hold on.
Is it in D&D Beyond?
I don't know.
Sure it is. Under your spells section of D&D Beyond, which is a thing you have because of the items that you have. So,
Spells?
yep, should be right there. D&D Beyond, folks. They did split up to search the ship originally, but now they're all in one place. But
Has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks and can't take rage until the end of its next turn. Like, all those things are only until the end of its next turn?
Yes.
yes,
Oh, that's dumb. It's right after me.
they ditched the items.
The end of its next turn.
I know. It's still something at least.
Yeah, it's had it gone, then you did it, then
Yeah.
it would be.
But yeah, I'll cast.
Jake, these Scooby-Doo motherfuckers, splitting up to search the ship. I mean, they did the buddy system, but
Pretty good. So yeah, I'm gonna do staggering smite.
Okay.
As a bonus action, and then with my 15-foot movement speed that I have left, can I hide?
Where?
I don't know. I didn't know if there was like. Stuff
I
on the
mean, you
ship.
can. It's an action. To
Oh,
hide.
is it? Oh,
It's an action to
Never
hide
mind.
unless
Well,
you
because
have
I was looking at stealthy.
unless you have a
So-
bonus action. Unless that gives you a bonus action thing. I don't think it does. I think it lets you move while hidden.
It's if hidden, you can move 10 feet and stay unseen as long as you have movement.
Yeah. So like rogues can do that as you use your action as bonus action.
Yeah. So
You could try to find like a barrel to scrooch down behind and like.
it's fine.
Okay.
Then I am going to. It's fine. I'll do it next time.
Go on.
Sorry, I'm having a conversation.
No,
in my
I would
brain.
love to be a part of this conversation.
Well, I was just thinking I should have done a breath weapon at this point to try to gauge where it is, but too late. So yeah, I guess I just end my turn there. Then I guess because I don't know if it's still up at the crow's nest at this point. So
That's
Yeah.
fair.
that's just fine. That's it. I'm done.
Okay. Then at the end of your turn, legendary action. Okay. So now it's its turn. Let's see here. Okay. Guess we're gonna stick true to the form. If it's working, until it didn't work, you used the plasma caster. So I guess we're gonna choose one of the two of you. So you can be 1 through 3, and you can be 4 through 6. 3, Rev.
All right.
Will be targeted by an attack at advantage. Invisible.
Did I still have temporary hit points from last time? I think it was from a rip meal, maybe. I don't know, but it says 19 temporary hit points.
Sure.
All right, cool.
20.
Shield.
No?
2.
Yeah. There's a blast of this plasma force energy impacts your shield.
Bullshit.
And then it is Rick's turn.
And it's the blast came from the crow's nest.
No.
No, down on the deck.
Oh, somewhere else on the deck, yeah. Off towards the stern.
All right.
How nautical.
I go into a rage and
Yeah, as you dropped it.
go try and attack it. So
Sure.
it'd be a straight roll.
Are you recklessly
I
attacking?
was just gonna say I'm gonna recklessly attack.
Where you think you saw it from?
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, that'll make you attack.
with the Titan blade,
So straight roll.
just a baseball swing.
Reminder that he's not attuned to the Titan Blade.
Yeah, he's got that new.
Oh,
The axe.
Oh, it's not on D&D.
that asks you a question.
I think it is.
Is it?
Pretty sure. Yep, Storm's Herald, right there on D&D Beyond.
Maybe I just have the wrong page pulled up.
How old is that? Is my question. I don't know.
Hit refresh.
Yeah.
I did earlier. I don't know.
It says offline.
That'll do that.
Patrick.
So the Storm Herald, you say,
I do say.
and it has a plus
8 to hit is a 10 to hit.
10 to hit. All right. So that is a 27.
Okay. And he's just moving over to where he saw it and swing.
Yep.
Okay.
Crow hop, baseball swing.
No connection. Apparently it's not there anymore.
Oh shit. Attack again.
Sure.
Full
Other
360
way? Sure. Make an attack roll.
for 19. Well, what's that?
Okay. Then, let's see what we can do here. You see the captain's quarters door kind of swing open, and there is a very bloodied captain emerging from it, gashes, some wounds, not looking so hot, but together at least. And she's going to survey.
I was gonna say ready to fight or
Anybody
ready to
got fairy
die.
fire?
Ready to try something. But she too cannot see. So she is gonna. Does any of these do area H? Oh, well, that's kind of a shit show. Could kill the party at the same time as maybe the thing. All right, she's going to cast. Oh, she thinks Brina's the most competent of everybody at the moment. She's going to cast haste on Brina.
Cool.
So, you are now hasted. So your AC goes up by 2. Your movement speed is double. You have advantage on dex saves. And you get an additional action on your turn, which can be used to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object, as long as she concentrates on it for up to a minute. Rev.
So I still don't know where this thing is.
Correct.
How long is the ship?
We'll say 50 feet. That's relatively small.
50 feet long.
Yeah.
How wide?
Say 30.
30 feet wide.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that makes nautical sense, but that's what we're going with.
Sure.
Off the top of my head.
All right, then I'm going to use another charge from Hurdy-Gurdy.
Yeah.
And just kind of line up a gust of wind down the middle to see if there's any breakage in the wind by like a big strong thing.
Sure.
So yeah.
Okay. Is there a save associated with gust of wind?
Yeah, but only if he's there. If it is, it's a strength save. I don't expect him to fail it. This was just to see if I can find him.
Yeah, that's fair. Doesn't fail it, but yeah, you do see it's a 20 foot wide?
It's 10 feet wide.
10 feet wide? Alright, well, either way. Yeah, you see kind of halfway between the captain's quarters and the mast
Okay.
is something that's not there.
Okay, cool. That.
Cool.
I thought so.
And does gust of wind stay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's concentration, and as a bonus action on my turn, I can change its direction.
Okay. So, As a legendary action, you see it leave the gust of wind, heading in a reverly direction. And it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to redirect spiritual weapon
It
down to
moves
it.
20 feet, so it just gets down from the mast.
Yep, and I'm still up on the top of the crow's nest, right?
Sorry, the crow's nest. Yeah.
So can I try and drop down on it?
You don't know exactly where it is, but you can give it a shot.
All right,
You will take falling damage.
I'll just come down the mast.
Okay.
And so that's I make it down to the bottom, right? My
Yep.
movement.
Mhm.
And so I'm gonna use another charge of the Veilguard Glory to try and thunderwave it.
Kind of where you think it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
5 points of damage.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Brina.
Yes.
You're being currently juiced by a haste spell.
And I know. Do I know where it is?
You have a general idea of where you know where it was when Rev cast the gust of wind, and you saw that it moved kind of so like in my assumption, right, here's Rev at the back where you guys came up, casts it down the middle. It was here and it's moving like out. You saw it leave this in this general direction.
Okay. Would it? I don't. Would it be an action, or would it just be something I can do? Like, can I just kind of like run and see if I feel anything?
That's
try to find it?
Not an action. That's your movement.
Well, yeah, that's what I didn't know if it would also count because I'm trying to find it. But like,
No, I
can
mean
I do that in the
think
general direction that I saw it going?
And you currently, what's your movement speed?
90.
Yeah. So without using 50 feet, I mean, you could blanket a large portion of the ship with just your movement. That's not including the extra action you could use to dash to go another 90 feet. So you could cover a large portion of the deck if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna run in the direction we saw it going and try to fill it out.
Sure.
Where I find it.
I'm gonna say you use up pretty much all of your movement speed, kind of strafing back and forth in the general direction. Yeah, but eventually you impact into something.
Immediately punch.
Sure. Go ahead. At disadvantage because it's invisible.
TC's come with me.
Sure.
Good.
Well, at this point, now that I found it.
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
That's one.
I get 2 attacks as an action, right?
Correct.
And then I get another action.
But it can only count as one attack.
Can I use my fire breath?
Yeah.
With that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take my second punch.
Sure.
Try to hit it. 20.
20 does hit.
Okay, so it's going to do... Which one did I do? Staggering?
Staggering.
That's what I went with?
I think so.
Okay, so you... Does it matter the type of damage?
No, not from you.
Okay. And then it has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's your save?
15?
I use a legendary act resistance to just automatically succeed on that.
What about strikes overcome resistance and immunity?
No. This is his ability. He can automatically succeed on 3 saving throws a day.
Ah, nice! $32.
Okay, yeah, you solid impact into this invisible creature.
And then I am going to Dragon Breath.
Okay.
To try to scorch it enough where some smoke will come up off of it.
That's a certainly you can.
I can certainly
say
try.
that you're gonna do that.
I know.
Certainly try.
So it has to make a
Dexterity saving throw. That is a 19, so he's gonna succeed.
So he takes half.
Yes.
$23, so half. Are we rounding up?
Yeah.
12.
Cool.
And then Jack Cooper!
Sure.
Any sizzle?
Oh shoot, I wanted to use that. Oh well. He's fixed.
No.
Damage.
Totally.
Okay, so then Tad Cooper. Sorry. Figuring out what it is.
Are you done with your turn?
I'm done with my turn, but Ted Cooper's good.
Okay.
I'm just looking. Oh no, go. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Oh my god, you literally hit anywhere else.
I was trying. Hush you. Is that 14? Not worth it. Okay. He's gonna run in and try to attack.
Okay. At disadvantage.
Does he have back tactics or anything?
No, he has
No.
danger
Is
sense,
that old CC?
second wind,
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
and magic attacks.
Yeah.
Because he has his claw things. It's gonna miss.
Okay.
And he's gonna try again.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
It was less than 15, so I'm assuming that misses.
Yeah.
Damn it, again? Yeah, it doesn't get him.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's gonna use a legendary action, and you hear like a thing spinning, and you've heard this sound before, like a staff or a spear or something moving, but you don't see it. That's why I attempt to attack you. That is 25.
That will hit.
That is 29 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. And then it's its turn. Huh. You have placed me in a predicament now. All right. So, it might move. You don't know. It's sort of the nature of this whole thing. And while on the move, it is going to recklessly attack last turn.
Yep.
Yeah. Currently, foresees him to be the greatest challenge to overcome. And when on the hunt, you go for the greatest challenge.
So,
Listen, this ain't over yet.
not saying that Rick being the biggest threat is silly.
Yeah. I mean,
At this point in the battle.
yeah. Well, you make a reasonable point. Good point, Sean. Never mind. We're gonna attack Celine.
Why? Why did you do this?
I thought he was going to attack me.
Why?
Because I'm magical and awesome.
Yeah, but I'm the one who's hit him.
Yeah, but I've irritated him.
You didn't get hit by him. He hit you.
Yeah, you did him
That's true.
for the most damage he's taken thus far. Okay. So that's 25 to hit.
TC is the biggest threat.
55 points of force damage.
Force.
Yeah.
So my ink thing doesn't help.
No, it does not.
Alright, how much was it? 50?
55. How you doing? That it positions itself into place. Rick.
Oh. Shoot. I guess I'm gonna do a bonus action. Oh wait, I don't have the Titan Blade.
Titan Blade.
All right, this damn page.
This damn offline page.
The axe can be thrown.
Like a great axe.
It can, but it doesn't come back.
Oh, okay. It shoots lightning.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah.
Lightning.
It has the lightning bolt spell.
And that's in a line.
It is on a line, and it
How
has
big is the line?
120 foot.
Okay.
Oh, 5 feet wide.
5 feet line.
It's kind of threading a needle on that one.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I got the. He didn't cross here.
Yeah, that's
So I
true.
would have seen it. So he's in this 10 feet.
Yeah.
But again, that's 50-50.
I guess he's gonna try and attack within that. Move forward and attack within that 10 feet with the.
Well, sorry, it's 10 feet width, the entire length of the ship.
Yeah.
That he
So he could be within 100 square feet.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, well,
48
We're
square
splitting
feet. I'm
hairs
taking
this
up
way.
5 feet.
So if I could try
Collar.
and move 30 feet like Brina did to run into him.
Mhm.
Do I run into him?
I mean, there's a lot of lateral movement.
okay.
You got a 50-foot long ship, and it could be on either side. I mean,
Yeah,
also
yeah.
realistically, could be up the mast again,
Hmm.
right? I mean, you don't know.
He's got
You remember at the
he's
end of
gotta
the
have a
day
potion.
that this is Jake's fault.
No.
It's Jake's fault. It's okay. We could blame.
50-50. You're the one who picked the monster.
Well, no, I didn't. It says a.
Reliquary.
The reliquary says a intelligent alien hunter from space. So this is the only one. I mean, this is what he was going for.
Alright.
So either way, or I guess you can blame the chat. Okay, Rick's gonna drink a potion.
Yeah.
If you want, you can blame me. I rolled bad.
Let's.
I'm not blaming anyone. It's no one's fault.
I don't have any potions listed on his sheet, but I'm sure he has at least one. Or unless he used them on you guys. I don't know.
No, I don't think he did. I feel like he probably wrote it down in notes because I think we got it from something. Like we got our few.
Let's just say he's got a greater healing potion. We'll give him that. 44 plus 4.
Woohoo! 2 4s and 2 3s.
Not bad.
14, so plus 4, 20. Or it's 18.
It's a bonus action to heal.
Alright. 18 points. And Rick's gonna take cover.
Okay.
If you can find a barrel or half cover or anything.
Sure. Yeah, you can find a barrel, we'll say. Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Alright. At the end of Rick's turn, there's going to be an attack against you. You were also a threat. I'm not gonna leave you out.
Thanks, Ted.
But that is a 26.
That'll hit.
Which I don't think can be shielded, right? At that point. 12, 14, 24 points of piercing damage. It's a DC 12 concentration check.
Let me forget if I'm proficient or not. I don't think I am. I'm gonna use a charge.
Okay. You have.
Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna use a charge.
Do you have a thing?
I have an inspiration card, and I'm gonna use it for the +2.
Okay.
Because I was one short of making a save.
All right. That's the first time I think we've ever seen that.
I think so too.
That's great. Because, you could have, out of curiosity, just re-roll it, see what it would have been.
Is the ultimate?
Natural 20.
Well,
Are the ultimates on here? Or no?
No, they're not on there. They're on the site.
Did Wetland use your turn? Right.
No, that was a legendary action.
Oh, okay.
So no, not yet. It's her turn now.
Gotcha.
Would you like me to inform you
Yes,
of yours?
please.
Yeah, I should. It's actually not a bad idea to try to see if I can find a way to incorporate them onto the character sheets.
Okay.
So for Brina's, it is somewhere. Oh, thank you for the cheer, Flint Doublebrook.
Great name.
It is a great name. Ultimates. This is where I feel like I need to get music back in here.
Yeah.
There needs to be some pretty harrowing music going on right now. So yours, as a bonus action, the ink from Brina's tattoos drain into her fists. For 1 minute, she treats any unarmed strike roll of a natural 1 as a natural 20. Additionally, her unarmed strikes deal bonus damage equal to half her monk level, rounded down, and she can choose to make those attacks out to 30 feet.
Okay, so on my bonus action attacks, I plus half monk level.
Well, all of your unarmed strikes.
Oh, all my unarmed strikes? I thought it
Yes.
was just. So
No.
as a bonus action.
It's
what do
a
you
bonus
do?
action to activate it.
Oh! Okay, cool. So half my monk level to damage.
Yeah, and actually, realistically, this is not a bad time to
Yeah,
use it.
that's
because
why I-
if
that's
you
why I-
roll 1, it counts as a 20, and you have disadvantage on the attacks. That's
Yeah.
smart. Good thinking, Celine.
Thank you. So natural ones count as
Natural
crits?
20s, yeah. And you can make attacks out to a range of 30 feet.
30 feet. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the legendary action. And you feel its presence. It's physically behind you. And now it is Wedland's turn. So you are hasted. What else can she do? She can't see it, which is the problem. And all of her spells, the target of your choice that you can see. Target of your choice that you can see. She says, and she's like coughs up a bunch of blood. She does not. She looks like she's like she survived by a Jake special. And she's just like, yeah, I don't know what to do. And she'll just like, and she'll cast the spell web. So it's gonna get you. But so a 20-foot cube of sticky spider webs appears on you and around this thing, which does, at least for the moment, showcase where it is. And then if you start your turn in the web, you have to make a dex save or you're stuck.
Okay.
That is her move. Oh shit. That's a concentration spell.
I don't have haste anymore.
No, and you lose a turn.
I lose a turn?
If haste drops, I can call it back. That's a thing she would know. Yeah, I'll call it back because she wouldn't hamstring the fight like that. So she'll just cast Mirror Image instead. So now there's 4 of her. They all look like shit, but there's 4.
Well, if they didn't, if 2 didn't.
Yeah, I guess
Three
that would defeat the purpose of the spell.
Can her mirror images like move around?
They move with her, and if
Okay.
she is attacked, I have to make a roll to see
If you hit the right one.
they hit the right one. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that was her turn. Yes. I'm debating whether or not she should do that. No, I lied. You're going to lose haste and lose a turn because it has legendary actions and she's smart. So if it can move, now it's got a web to have to move through and it makes it difficult terrain to move through. So it's not starting its turn, but I'll make it make a save anyway. So you hear /see rev, like, and it actually can't get out of the web with its movement speed. It's like at the edge of the web. And that's its move. That's its legendary action. So it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna make the save. I'm gonna get a natural 20.
So you are not restrained. It is difficult terrain, but that's it.
All right, and he is within
20 feet. He's 20 feet away.
Okay, cool. So then I will use my 15 feet of movement speed to get 5 feet away from him. Bonus action, I'm going to drop Gust of Wind. Ooh, am I going to drop Gust of Wind? I think I'm going to have to... which fucks my escape plan, but whatever. And I am going to attack... First I'm going to cast Branding Smite on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to attack him.
So it's disadvantage, yeah.
That is a miss, unless a...
You do have 4 charges?
2.
If you want.
But both of
5
them...
charges.
Both of them were terrible. And I'm at disadvantage, so I'd have to use 2 to even get close to hitting him.
That's an option you have.
Thank you. I am going to... Unless a 15 hits.
15 does not.
Yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to use a charge to reroll the lower of mine.
Fair.
Man, that was wasted. Does a 18 hit?
An 18 does not hit. You feel like
It was close.
it's very close.
All right. Cool. That's my turn.
Okay. It is out of legendary action, so it's still there. Wave.
I'm gonna move spiritual weapon.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I reach it?
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Disadvantage though.
All right. So that's a 10.
That's a miss.
Yeah. And so then Wave's gonna move up to it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, your attacks are still at disadvantage, but you know where it is.
Okay.
Roughly. I mean, that's always been a weird thing for me. Like, you know where it is, but your attacks are still at disadvantage because you don't really know. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm gonna try and strike it.
Disadvantage.
It's 17.
That's 1. Kill count is 0 at the moment, Ash.
And that is 16.
Double whiff.
Oof.
Brina, the lethargy of the lack of being so speedy and then being so not. But Tad Cooper can still go.
TC! Let's go. Okay, so Tad Cooper. Of course, I lost his page. It's in here somewhere. I had it bookmarked. Aha! Tad Cooper. Alright, so yeah, he's gonna run.
That's at disadvantage, but...
Is it worth trying to pounce?
Why not?
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna have him try to
Yeah,
pounce.
give it a shot.
It's at disadvantage, correct?
The attack is, yeah.
Yeah. I can't use my lucky for him, can I?
No, but I'll let you use your charges for him if you want. You have
I have 12.
12, yeah. So you could use 2 and still have your ultimate.
I'm gonna use this 1.
Okay. TC does not have pack tactics since we made him a lot better. In the
I can use
Right,
it to
yeah.
reroll the lower.
yeah, it's a re-roll a die. Yeah.
Okay.
If you reroll a higher, it doesn't matter.
That's
It's
true.
disadvantage.
Exactly. Okay. 15. Second attack.
Huh?
Right? Can you do that?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's multi-attack.
Yeah. Okay. So you lose your whole round, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then it is its turn.
How does that go down? If now that I used 1, did you do it?
It did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was something.
No, I have
do
the
on
little
things.
buttons that I do over here, so you're
Gotcha.
good.
Okay.
Now it's its turn.
It has to make a dex thing.
You're right,
does.
it does. Because he's in the webs. He's okay. He's not restrained. He will out of the web.
Is he covered in webs?
No, because it's like a weird thing, the webs, because then it's... I'm saying no, because then technically all of his attacks would have... Everything would be lightly obscured, too. So I'm saying it kind of, like, splatted out.
Okay.
And, I mean, he made his dex saves on it anyway.
Okay.
So... Let's see. What are we going to do here? We got Rev right here. Got Brina over there. Attack you, Rev. Shit, I forgot what the first roll was, but that makes it a 23.
Shield.
Okay. Okay. So that's blocked. Then you watch, because as it leaves his hand, it turns visible. A very long, like segmented spear just impacts Wedlin through the chest.
Oof.
Thunk into the wall. She's going to take some damage, which will not be enough to max her maximum hit points. So she's against the ship. And then he will move in a direction. Rick.
Oh, this is terrible. Man. I guess I'm gonna ready an action to attack it if I have any sort of sense of where it is.
A reasonable thing to do. Want to get the legendary actions back on its turn. That's how that works. I don't think the only legendary creature I've thrown at you guys was the dragon. And it's legendary. It didn't make a lot of sense to do most of its things. Okay. So, Brina. That is a 23.
That'll hit.
I'm going to take 19 points of slashing damage.
So Rick.
Armor Vic.
Okay, 10 points.
Would Rick have a reasonable idea of where this thing came from?
Yeah. But it's not next to him, so he can't. You have to make an attack at range. But it's an option that he has.
Yeah, I'll throw a javelin.
He has unlimited +2 daggers as well.
That is
Ooh.
true.
I'm gonna throw unlimited +2 daggers since you mentioned it.
Good way to do it.
So yeah, that would be the attacks for those would be +11 to hit. They are at disadvantage unless because reckless is only melee.
I think so.
Okay. So plus 11, that's 20.
That hits, yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna use this sharpshooter, add your proficiency bonus to the attack.
Oh, to
If it's ranged.
That's to the attack roll.
Oh, you already hit.
So it will do a D4 +7.
Okay. Max damage.
Nice.
11 points. All right. Second attack.
I'm gonna do it again. That's a natural 20, but it's at disadvantage. Plus 11.
He has 14 charges. If you think you can get another natural 20.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
You got 4. You got plenty more.
But I'm gonna do it.
All right.
No, almost. But I'm not gonna do that again. So 25.
25 hits.
Oop. And max damage again.
Another 11. All right. actually, it's not a bad thing to have even if you don't really need it. So remind me, I gotta get Rev a trinket, because maybe I don't. We'll find out. There's some trinkets floating around. Chat, remember. Okay. That was Rick's action. Ready to action. After
It attacked me.
it attacked you at the end of Rick's turn. Rev. Yeah, that's right.
Do I have an idea of where this thing is based on the dagger
and it's right in the stabbing of Brina.
Cool.
Do the daggers become invisible when they hit it?
The daggers, they don't stay.
Ah.
They're there and then they're gone.
All right. I just rolled to Web, but she's not concentrating, I'm assuming?
No.
Yeah.
It's gone.
Cool. So I'm going to run up and try to attack it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to preemptively use a charge, so it's a straight roll.
Fair. Okay. Smart.
Oh, why couldn't it be a different straight roll?
Well, it's 3 more in the tank.
Fuck it. That's super cocked.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Ah! Sean, you're a silly bitch.
What?
I should have bled. Because it's a 19. But I did not. But he is going to take...
I was going to say, you could blah. It was 2 charges?
There's 2 charges, yep.
1 left.
1 left. So he is going to... Am I going to smite or am I going to save that shit?
I don't know. You got the hit.
I do have the hit. But I'd like to have more than just the hit. Fucker. Yeah.
Yes or no?
No, not yet. So that is 12 plus 6. So he's going to take 18 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just a save for that?
I don't think so. I'm double checking. Smite. Nope, he's visible
Oh, okay.
until the spell ends.
Which is how long?
1 minute.
Concentration or no?
Yup.
Great.
But I don't know if he knows that.
True.
I don't know what he knows about magic. But yeah, there's him.
Cool.
Cool. And he also sheds dim light for 5 feet.
Fair. If that's a thing. He does not look happy. You don't know he's a mask. Then it is the end of Rev's turn. He is next.
Oh, no, that was my first
Oh, that was
attack.
your first attack. I'm sorry.
Then I'm going to curse him
Bonus action, sure.
and attack again. You've been doing good. Come on, baby. Natural 20. I'm going to throw a smite on that.
Good move.
So that's, I have 4th level spells, so that's 48. And then I crit. So that's 1, 2. I need 3 more d8s, please. I think this is all I can do, right? Oh shit. That's just so many numbers. 10, 20, 30, 40, 43, plus 6 is 49. Double checking one more thing. Come on. Why is it this page? Sorry. D&D Beyond is wonderful and very convenient, and sometimes its layout is annoying as shit.
Yeah, I think it's these tablets.
Yeah.
The bigger ones, it's weird that like the bigger one and the smaller one work fine.
Yeah.
But like the middle ground one doesn't.
Nope.
What are you looking for?
I'm seeing if I get extra damage because I cursed him. Plus 4 more, so that is 53 damage.
Nice.
And I'm gonna guess this is only gonna last until he goes again, so...
No, when you impact with the critical hit, there's like a and like you see the active camouflage is gone.
Oh, good. I think I'm only gonna last until his next turn, so we should make some moves. There's now that he's completely visible, there are gashes, and this is a massive cut through, and you can see this sort of neon green glowing blood everywhere, all over him. Your sword is drenched in it. He is breathing pretty heavily at the Momo. That's the word. So he's gonna use a legendary action to stab you. He's gonna. Now. That's a good move.
Not at advantage anymore, though.
That is a natural 20.
22.
Ah, okay. I mean, it still hits.
Are you still under shield?
No, because I went.
So he's only using his. Now you watch on his arm this long, jagged, two-handed wrist blade. And he jabs it at Rev.
Felt that.
19 points of piercing damage.
I still have. Wait, it doesn't matter.
Let me pull that back.
I don't drop concentration, so he's still glowing.
He is glowing.
You said, sorry.
19 points.
Thanks.
Okay. Then it is Wave's turn, and you can see this thing.
Alright. Veilguard's Glory is going to whip around and try and attack him. Natural 20.
And as you're going to with the attack, you watch as a reaction, this has only been using legendary actions so far, he just like reaches over to his wrist and beep. A thing on his wrist.
No, that's weird.
Yep, you don't know what that means, Pat. You don't know what that means.
I don't. I've never seen the movie.
Exactly.
That's where I'm at.
For 31 points of damage.
Or, how much do you think on a punch?
31 points, you say?
Yep.
It is like it impacts it heavily, and it drops to the ground, and he's like, breathing really heavily, and he's like, his chest is kind of in neon green blood spray.
All right, I'm gonna try
reaches up, and he
gross.
Little sprays coming out, like air spray.
Gross.
I'm gonna try.
Easy killer.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to uppercut him with it now.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, sure.
Oh, I'm gonna use this. I don't want to do a natural 1. And yeah, that's gonna be a 28.
28 hits.
For 19 points of damage.
Yeah, and you, with your uppercut, it hits the underside of the, like, the mask, and it kind of rips it the rest of the way off. And it goes flying, and now you can see this mandibled mouth face, that's there. But it's like searching, its eyes are looking everywhere. It looks very confused, and it's breathing heavily.
Bonus action, I'm going to move the spiritual weapon towards it.
Okay. You do that.
That ends my turn.
Cool. Brina.
I'm gonna go punch it!
Okay.
And not disadvantage. Natural 20.
Nice!
And it's set as you're like going to hit it, it's like speaking out, like it's coughing up more of this invisible, or this neon phosphorescent green blood. And it's like, oh, maybe it's invisible. And it says it in Rick's voice. I was debating when to do it, but I was really debating messing with the voice mimicry to like...
Yeah.
Because it knows the words, but it doesn't really understand the language.
Yeah.
Great stat roll.
25?
And it's like, you can see you like break one of the mandibles is like hanging loose now.
And I'm going to begin. And I'm going to feel lucky about it.
Okay.
19?
That's the number.
Yeah. 11 points of damage.
You break the other lower mandible. Its lower half of its quadrant jaws just like hanging, splintered and broken. Yeah. Just like gushing neon green blood out of its mouth.
Bonus
He
action.
bleeds a lot.
He does bleed a lot.
He bleeds so much.
Yeah. Bonus action. Gonna feel so lucky.
Sure.
25.
Yeah, you go ahead and roll your damage.
Sorry. 12 points of damage.
What the fuck were you debating?
Nothing.
Yeah, you kind of like, it's sort of squiddish almost like head. You kind of like impact in and sort of like in like this half of the face.
Ooh.
And its whole eye is like completely almost, the eye socket is imploded.
Is it still up?
I mean, it's
Is
not
it,
up, it's
is
down.
Is it alive?
Barely. Like, it's also prone, so these have advantage now.
Ah!
Because it's barely alive.
Alright, well. Flurry blows. Yeah. 20.
That hits.
Ripping off things. I'm debating whether I want to use dagger shoot. I'm just gonna
Oh,
at this
okay.
point.
Because at that point, I was like, you've already hit. Like, you can't do anything
No,
else. What were you
see
debating?
if I was gonna do more damage.
That makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I get healing bits. And then damage for the last one. 14.
Damage?
Yeah.
How would you like to kill this thing? Or, kind of already.
Yeah, I'm like, it's his face is just kind of getting juiced at this point.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, on my last one, can I punch through it and like a little bit through the wood at the bottom of the ship, like make a dent?
Yeah.
Jumps up, does a flip, superhero land.
Sure. You can do that. For sure. And it is expired. At which point you hear and see the you hear like accelerated, like a beepy sound. It's going pretty quick.
Oh
really
no,
like
there's a
this.
bomb.
You don't know what that is.
I don't know what
No.
that is, so I'm going to go over to the captain, try and take the thing out of her chest and
Yeah.
see if a healing potion will bring her back.
Sure, you can give it a shot. She is it's only been one turn since
Yeah.
she died.
So I want to pop that out, and then I do have one regular old healing potion that I'm going to trickle down the throat.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll your healing.
It's going to be 7.
Okay, yeah, she, like, you extricate the out of her chest. She's like it's starting, you can see, like, the very thin, like, skin fibers start to knit from the healing potion. Like, it's like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
she's barely alive.
She's coughing. That's a good sign at this point.
At this point, yeah. And yeah. At which point the beeping continues faster now.
Hey guys, what's that beeping noise?
I don't care.
And now, I would like everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Great at games.
I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to reroll that shit.
Fair. Oh boy.
Rick's gonna use a charge.
Rick has advantage because he can see it.
Oh.
I can see it too. Correct. Can I see it?
Doesn't
You don't get advantage.
That doesn't help you at all.
You
You just have
advantage.
evasion. You have it all the time. You don't have to.
I just have it.
Yeah.
Never mind. Don't listen to me.
It's hard not to. It's right next to me.
That's fair.
Ooh, that's better.
Natural 20.
Okay, so no damage for you.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
So did Rick.
It's a fail. It's
I
a
got
fail.
a 16.
Wave just barely succeeds. The captain. Ooh, that's a nat 1.
Does she have cover?
From
Because
you.
I'm
I will
in front
give.
of her.
I'll give, even though cover would only give her a +3.
Yep, that's not nothing.
I'm gonna give her advantage. So this thing just, you almost hear for a moment the sound of like air being pulled in, as then it is all expelled at a ridiculously high velocity, and an explosion ignites from this thing's body in a 40-foot radius explosion encompassing the entire ship. Those buy boat. Thank you, Chad.
Alright.
Those of you who failed take 81 points of fire damage.
41 points of fire damage.
That's right.
Resistance to fire damage.
You will take 41 points of fire damage, Wave. Rick will take 81 points of fire
He's
damage.
unconscious.
You will take no points of damage. Tad Cooper is gone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nibbles.
Nibbles in my backpack.
I'll give him. We'll see.
Give him the benefits. Don't you take
That's all I got.
The ship is just asunder.
The heat will teach Nibbles about melted cheese.
And you guys are 41 points of fire damage to you, 81 points to Rick, who is now unconscious. The ship is destroyed. The captain is nothing. And you are all thrown from the impact of this explosion, like from wherever you were, 20 feet away from it.
Okay.
As the explosion goes off.
And that's where we're going to take a
break.
break, folks.
So fun fact, and I don't know if anybody caught this, with the exception of one kind of confused thing at the beginning, it never, once the fight started, it didn't target Wave at all.
Oh.
This Wave activated chill plate and was completely cool.
Ooh.
So he was not thermal, so it couldn't see him.
I did not pick up on that.
I
That's super
didn't
cool.
either.
Yeah. So with the
Yeah,
chill plate,
Wave.
like his extremities would
Wave did
be. So it was like, that's why you felt like you were being watched, because all it was seeing was hands and a head, like spots moving around. Because it only has thermal vision, and the chill plate is cold all the time. The chill plate covers all your body but your hands and your head. So it was like very confused. So it threw a net at you because maybe I can get it.
We're going to get those floating heads and hands.
And then you activated chill plate and it was just gone.
I never get crits. When I crit, my thing explodes with ice, right? Like
Yeah.
there's like a frost thing.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
forgot about that.
shit,
It was
I
a
didn't
trick
do
that I
my
got a
extra
long
thing,
ass
too.
time ago. It's never come out because I never get 20s.
Well, we're going to have to take a break here, folks.
Oof. I need a pee and some coffee.
As we see
Thank you, Jonathan,
You're welcome.
for that update.
what happens if
Hopefully now we don't drown.
I was going to say that's next.
I have one more
Because
spell
Rick
slot.
right
We'll talk
now is
upstairs.
probably
Yeah.
just,
We'll talk
just
upstairs.
going down.
I have
my
a feeling about it. I got it. It's okay.
We'll be
As
right
long as we don't run into any Kraken.
Okay. How about that, Internet?
How about dem apples?
I did not think that was going to end in any way other than our deaths.
Yep.
So,
I mean, had I focused fire or had I been able to shoot the shoulder cannon more than once around. that
Oh,
would've-
yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, that could have been.
I was thinking about it, and with its legendary actions and how good the damage was, I mean, it could have killed Rev in one turn. Like,
Yeah.
shoulder cannon, legendary action. If all three of those hit, Rev's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
we rejoin the shattered remnants of the party and the shattered remnants of the ship they were on, which was exploded in a spectacular fashion. The fireball explosion encompassed the entirety of the ship, and there's now a steam on the surface of the water from the fire and intense heat. You were all thrown, let's just say for visual purposes, like in an X formation, 20 feet off of the deck of the ship. The remnants of the captain, the top part of the asterisk, gone that way. And like you guys impacted the water. You hit the water, and it's like that weird, like, there's like, it's almost like rain. But it's just splinters of boat falling down from the sky as it's entrained in the ocean air, coming down. Rick, you guys you kind of with your evasion, sort of like almost like on the surface of the water, sort of rolling. But you hear 3 as everybody impacts, and you are thrown. Rick is plummeting below the surface. So let me ask you all a physics question. So we've established how falling damage works above ground, right? We know how that works. And turns out, from what I've seen with some actual physics-based discussions, again, assuming Evrand has Earth gravity.
Yes.
And the same constants of mathematics.
Fair.
It is reasonable to say that one could fall, depending on, orientation and, density, the amount that D&D says, which is 500 feet in immediately, you would drop that. Again, immediately isn't immediate, right? The whole process is 6 seconds long, so over time. That would be if you were above ground. Sinking below the surface. I don't know how water is constant, kind of seawater, so you're a little more buoyant in seawater. How fast you sink upon impact. Because with the exception of Brina, like, you're going to need the equivalency of 6 seconds to just figure out what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
Because it's not like, let's go do all the things. Because that was like, everything's fine, let's save the captain. Like, no one knew that was coming. And you don't know, I mean, your whole life you're upside down multiple ways, bouncing off the surface, could have been hit by debris. You need to orient yourself to just figure out where the hell you are in relation. You hit the water, you struggle up to the surface of the water, you're trying to survey, there's waves, right? Because now there's a ripple from all of the choppy water from the explosion itself. So in 6 seconds time, what do you think? Group. How fast would Rick sink?
Would Rick sink?
That's my
He's
question.
unconscious.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say,
You all would sink.
We would all sink, but Rick would definitely sink faster.
You guys have, you have the cognitive, right? You're kind of more or less fine because you're lightweight and you're not wearing armor. You have the cognitive thought that, like, something happened and are trying to discern up from down and what's going on. So thrashing about, you may be trying to figure out where you are. It's not as big of a deal for you because you can breathe and you have a swim speed. So I'm not too worried about you. If it takes 6 seconds to orient yourself, you can do it. So you're fighting against whatever, thrashing about, trying to figure it out, but you still have preservation, life preservation at mind. Rick has none of that because he's just plummeting.
That saving throw?
Not yet. Okay. We will, but I'm trying to determine
how fast he's sinking.
Because, like, my gut goes to half.
Yeah.
So, like, 250 feet below the surface in 6 seconds. But I don't know if that's not a rule that exists that I know of. If it exists anywhere, it's probably in here. But I haven't read this book cover to cover because most of it isn't that stuff.
Yeah.
It's adventures. It might be in one of the appendices. But, so, so it's saltwater. But he is a heavy, hardy guy.
Yeah, but he's still
Are we talking like red, like
I was gonna say he has a lot of surface
Like
area
Red
for
Sea?
friction,
Oh,
so
True.
that wouldn't. I don't think it would. They wouldn't balance out, but I think that would help him a lot. Like especially all the points,
Yeah,
kind of being pulled through.
Yeah,
water.
he's definitely got drag on the way down for sure.
Yeah,
But
with
it-
all the
Like,
weight,
what's the
but I say-
salt content? How buoyancy is
We're
it?
not the Dead Sea.
I would.
We're not
I would
the
say
Dead
100.
Sea.
100 feet?
That would
Okay.
be my call.
Yeah,
Like 100 feet
would be
a turn.
good.
Jake, are you in chat? Any comments? But we'll say 100 for the moment.
10 feet. Just make yourself big.
Alright, so Rick is... So let's look up the rules for suffocating. You can hold your... Well, he can't hold his breath because he's unconscious. If you run out of breath or you're choking, you can survive for a number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier. At the start of your next turn, you drop to 0 hit points and are dying. Well, he's already at 0 hit points.
And he's already done.
He's already dying. So, alright. So we're going to say this 6 seconds, nobody knows where anybody is. So you guys are dealing with the aftermath of this.
Mm-hmm.
And Rick has sunk 100 feet below the surface.
Okay. When I can orient myself,
You do.
I'm going to try and find wave.
Okay. So you are underwater.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
You see the wreckage or lack thereof
Mm-hmm.
of this scenario. You see Brina like 40 feet off to the side there. And you are doing what? Swimming up to the surface as well?
Yes.
Okay. So you see 80 feet
Okay.
over.
There's 20.
Sorry, 20, so 40
40.
feet.
We're all 40 from each other.
Yeah. 40 feet across, you see a wave break the surface. You do not see Rick break the surface. You don't see Tag Cooper.
Oh no, TC!
You see some dead bodies or body parts floating about.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna message to wave because it's got 120 foot range.
yeah.
Get to me, and then I'm gonna start swimming towards him.
Dash.
And then at one point, I'm going to take off my backpack, throw it towards Brina, and yell out, "Kid, hold this."
Okay. All right. So that's not as easy as it sounds. So
He can't talk to me, but was you okay?
Okay.
Can he?
Could
Oh.
Yeah.
if you
So-
wanted
Okay. We're going to use these just as markers. So here's
Makes sense.
Rick. He's 100 feet down. So we've got everybody here. Rev is telling you to swim to him. You're 40 feet away.
Mhm.
So you can make it there this second turn here with a dash. You okay?
to. Yeah, you got something in your soul patch.
Huh.
Looked like it might have been a droplet of coffee.
It was coffee.
Yeah. I was like, is that like old blood or new coffee?
It's coffee.
All right. Sorry. What was I saying?
So you're swimming your way over,
Mm.
and you're swimming your way to him.
I'm swimming my way to the boat.
You are going. I'm going to need you to make an athletics check to throw a bag from underwater overhead
Just wait till I
above
swim.
water. 40 attempting 40 feet.
Oh, I'm not trying to get it to her. I
No.
know that's not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
no,
It's
but
just
let's-
like cutting the distance. Like,
Yeah.
take this.
Yeah.
Because it's got my menagerie in it.
Let's see your athletics check.
16.
Okay, so you manage to, in this scenario, get it above the water, and like it's not like, because it could very much have gone like a.
Yeah.
So you manage to loose it at the upward trajectory, so it hits the water and begins to sink, and you
I swim over to it
Okay.
and
So-
grab it and make sure.
Okay, yeah. So
It's-
you can swim at half your movement speed.
So 23?
Yes, 23.5.
Well, 22.5.
Sorry,
He gave you an
22.
extra foot.
Oh, I'm
Don't correct it.
sorry!
Fine, you're right. 22.5, which is just not enough.
Oh, man.
But if you dash as your swim action,
Yeah.
you can make your way towards that. And you can make me a perception check to find it. It shouldn't be too hard.
22.
Okay. Yeah, you find it. You have to dive down below the surface to get it.
Yeah.
So it's begun to sink. What do? You two meet in the middle as Rick sinks to 200 feet below the surface, although currently no one knows where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can make a death saving throw for Rick.
15.
Okay. He's it's such a weird scenario. He's still dying, but it's, I mean,
But
he's
slowly, more slowly.
His, like air is escaping his lungs. It's starting to fill with water. It's not a good day to be Rick.
I'm gonna perception check for.
So you swim over. You together.
All right. And then I'm going to say, promise on the triad that you will save Rick. Swear to me.
I'll do my best.
That's not enough. Swear on the triad that you will save Rick.
I swear.
All right. Dimension door 500 feet down.
Straight down.
Straight down.
Okay. You are 500 feet below the surface. The light is still visible from above, though the sheer amount of entrained sediment and microscopic sea creatures and things between the surface and here makes the light present but dim. You do not have dark vision anymore, as we've established. You are 200 feet below the surface. You don't know that Rick is... You guys kind of will say you met in the middle. Rick is like 25, 30 feet off to the side and 200 feet or 300 feet above you. You have no concept of where he is at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know. And it's hard, very hard to see. You can actually see slightly better because you have dark vision, though you're not accustomed to this scenario. There is also pressure coming up on both of your bodies at this point, which is not a thing. I don't know, I'm gonna have to look up fucking undersea pressure. Turns out the party manages to survive, but they all fucking die from decompression sickness. The Benz gets them in the end, winner.
Not me.
No, not you.
I mean, I'm still doing okay, but...
I've been down that deep before. I think. In days? Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know, but either way, like, the pressure is still an issue.
While you're looking that up,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah,
pull
explain
out
to
Black
me.
Stabbeth
Yeah.
for some light.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Wave. And then I'm going to try and use my dark vision to find out where Rick is so I can point Wave in the right direction.
Okay.
I was thinking either spiritual weapon or guiding bolt.
Well,
Shoot
your
up.
spiritual weapon.
We're underwater, man. Oh, you can talk. You can breathe underwater. That makes sense.
You don't have your other weapon. It's gone. It's been a minute. Spiritual weapon is gone, so you'd have to cast it again.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, just to keep in mind. Underwater visibility. Swing. Oh, here's the thing. For a creature without a swimming speed, each hour spent swimming at a depth greater than 100 feet, greater than 200 feet. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh. Counts
Rev did this thinking he was gonna die.
yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
So I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna use my last charge. And it is a 19.
Okay. So let's just see here.
You can only dimension door once.
It's a spell, and that was my last spell slot.
All right. So you
Friend's gonna go out. This time I want to do it.
you're gonna gain 2 levels of exhaustion
Oh.
because it counts for swimming. So it's hard to read.
Mhm.
It's a very poorly written section. So it says you can't swim for more than 8 hours a day. Period.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh,
Can't swim for more than 5
for
minutes.
each hour, you have to make a save or get a level of exhaustion. For each hour spent below 200 feet counts as 4 hours. So it doesn't make any sense, is my point.
Yeah.
Because if you have to make a check after every hour, regardless of the 8-hour time limit, but under 200 feet counts as 4 hours for the purposes of exhaustion, but you have to make them anyway. So that's where I'm going.
No idea.
I just want to give you an idea of where my head is at.
Yeah.
Because I read this the other day when I was doing a review of some of that stuff, and I was like, I don't fucking know what that means. Okay, so you now have Black Sabbath lit up. It does provide some light. Again, even still, 500 feet down, it gives you some light, but even though its torchlight would be out to 40 feet, you still don't get that at this depth. You've got maybe a 20-foot visibility in front of your face now with the light, which is about similar to your dark vision without it.
Cool.
What do you do?
I probably have to do perception at disadvantage. I don't know
Oh,
if that's
yeah.
metagaming too much. Yeah,
No. I mean, what are you doing?
thinking.
Thanks. Because technically, at this step, you would be considered heavily obscured, which is basically the equivalency of being blinded. But you're lightly obscured out to 20 feet.
Fuck. I'm gonna make a perception check to try and find Rick.
Are you gonna swim at all, or are you gonna stay where you're at? Celine.
See, I have no idea where he is. So.
You're right. No, you
No, it's
pick a cardinal direction. You know where he was when he was on the boat. You saw where they were thrown when you came to the surface. You can attempt to posit a general direction.
Sure.
We'll call it a wisdom check to
Okay.
figure out a general idea of where you think he might have gone based on where he was and where everybody else went on the boat. So make me a wisdom check. So D20 plus your wisdom.
Natural 20 plus 5.
You have a pretty good idea. You think you may know where he went. So like that way.
Uh-huh.
You kept your bearings when you came underwater due to your natural
Well,
swimminess.
I will dash underwater.
Okay, so
toward-
60 feet.
Yes.
Okay. Make me perception checks.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay. Oh. 23.
Okay. You swim over, and you look around, and you don't see him at your level, but you look up, and there are sea creatures about. Sharks, tuna, all sorts of different whales.
No.
You're looking up, and you're just seeing,
Shapes.
shapes in the dark. But you see one shape seemingly coming on a straight downward trajectory, which is not very natural for sea creatures to go on a straight 90-degree plummet down. And you can see this creature, or this object.
All right. I will move to try and position myself underneath it, and then cast when he gets close enough. Cast Healing Word.
Okay. So you are you going to go up to it as well, swimming up?
No.
Because it looks like it's going to be a while.
Okay.
What?
What's going on with Rev?
You don't know.
I don't know.
You can't see.
Why wouldn't you swim up to it?
Yeah, I guess in that case, then yeah. I'm
So you
gonna
swim
up to it.
60 feet up.
Yes.
He sinks another 100 feet as you're swimming up at 60 feet.
All right.
So in about 12 seconds, you make it. So 2 rounds.
Uh-huh.
You make it to what is clearly Rick, sinking, unconscious, bubbles coming out. What is your Constitution modifier, Rev?
It is a 3.
You cast Healing Word.
Yes. 4-7.
Rick is now conscious underwater with water in his lungs. He starts dying immediately. You brought him awake to now drown.
Shit.
So some could say that's cruel. Drowning is a soft, peaceful death. Now he's thrashing awake underwater, sinking like a stone.
Well, hopefully.
And you're fighting against it, I assume, to keep him from falling. You've got him.
Yes.
And now what?
I'm gonna say, come on, Rick, swim with me. And we're gonna try and dash.
Says Rick.
Dash towards.
Actually, Rick doesn't say that. He holds his breath. But he doesn't have any breath, so he's just like, yeah. All right, so you're swimming up at half speed because you're pulling arguably 3 times your weight.
Yes.
So you see, like, you're swimming up, so you were at, we'll just call it an even 300. And you're swimming now at 60 feet a turn. Mm-hmm. Rick is also, 30 feet a turn. Rick is also helping with his little legs. So it's some propulsion, but like at this point, the weight of the armor is almost counteracting what he's doing. So, I mean, he doesn't have a ton of energy at this point. He's kicking, going. You are, at this point, you're able to, with a little bit of his assistance, you're sort of able to get that dash going, so you're able to move at 60 feet. But he is like, at about 200 feet, he just goes unconscious again.
Okay.
What do you do?
I keep swimming. I just keep swimming.
Okay. All right. What? Well, we'll get to that.
Double check.
So you make your way, eventually. It takes a while now, because now he's unconscious. Now you're moving at 30 feet a turn. You make your way eventually to the surface. Do you attempt to cast Healing Word again, or no?
If I can get him onto a board or something. So
Well, I mean, before you get to the surface, or no?
No, I want to wait till he gets to the surface.
Okay, it's going to be a while. You're swimming at 30 feet a turn, and you're about 150 feet below the surface. It's going to be about 5 rounds, so 30 seconds.
10 seconds in, I cast another Healing Word.
Cool.
All right, he's got 9 points.
Okay. He starts drowning. It's fine.
Drowning is better than dead?
Yeah, that's fair. So eventually he goes unconscious again, and you do manage to get him to the surface. So now you are kicking with all of your might. Yes.
Well, I've been up on the surface. I'm going to be looking around to see if there are any like bigger chunks. I don't know if you decided if there were or not for people to hold on to or stuff like that. Also, I have a yoga mat. How buoyant?
That's pretty buoyant. It
like my yoga mat at home in real life is like this thick, and it's like a pool floaty.
So it is buoyant, although it's not going to sustain a ton of weight. I mean, it's in the water. You can lay it out on top of the surface. It will be a surface, but like if you lay on it, you're still like in the water.
Well, yeah.
But it's not like it's going to support your weight on top of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, but like people can like.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, with enough, it's going to start to bow in the middle over time. It's still a yoga mat.
Well, yeah. Well, maybe if it's rolled up. It's like a donut.
Yeah, maybe. Make a perception check. As you're, like, in the waves of the water here, like, trying to see things.
20.
20? Yeah, you see, kind of off. There are some chunks. They're not very big.
Are they big enough for people to hold on to and it can kind of support them up? Like, I'm trying to basically find, like, if they come back with Rick...
What can hold his weight?
What can not even, like hold his weight to the point where, like... Because he's going to be drowning.
Yeah.
So something that would give us enough ability to try to, like, revive him.
Okay. Sean, roll me a percentile. So, as you travel about swimming here, as this is all happening, not seeing what's going on with wherever they're at.
Yep, I just know that I was told to save the menagerie.
Yeah, so
and then they disappeared.
Yeah, so you are moving about and you find you're able to find like a piece of wood that is about this table length long. We'll just say it's like about this piece of wood, right? So like from here to like here.
Okay.
And it's, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going to put Rev's bag on top of it.
Yeah.
The main reason I threw you the bag was because Carl's tied up on it.
Yeah, with all the...
It was less for the menagerie, more for all of your stuff.
That's true. I'm going to, like, kind of plop that on.
Differences between Rev and Oz.
Right. Keep one arm through it,
Mm-hmm.
kind of hold on to it, and then just start looking around and scanning to see if these guys pop up.
Okay.
And trying to find more pieces of wood if possible, but, like,
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, eventually time goes by and you see decently, at this point probably 100 feet away from after you're swimming and gathering and all this stuff, you see Wave's head pop above the surface and he seems like he's struggling to swim, which is not a thing that Wave would normally do.
I'm gonna swim my little legs over there.
Okay. Make me a perception check, will you?
$18.
Yeah, you can see or hear as they're swimming. Breen is swimming over towards you with seemingly something in front of her.
All right, I'll try and bring Rick to the surface as I swim towards her. And,
You kind of do the leaning,
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks with Rick!
Yeah, you're taking constant damage.
Ow.
Better than nothing.
Do you
So
cast any spells on him now that you're at the surface?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cast Healing Word
Okay.
for 9 points again.
How many spells you got left?
That was it.
All right, that's appropriate.
Okay.
So Rick's like,
water spray.
and yeah, you're like doing the safety hug hold, and yeah, you over the course of this time as you're bouncing up and down in the waves, you are just getting pierced by this armor consistently. So I'll say it takes between the two of you because you're dragging him and so I don't know, maybe another 20 seconds or so goes by. So you take like 4 points of piercing damage from this armor just jabbing into your body.
Okay.
How you doing? You're okay, right? You're not.
Yeah, about half.
Okay, all right, that's not too bad. And you're able to convene the three of you together with this piece of wood.
Great.
We can all kind of hold on to it to kind of rest a
Mhm.
bit without it sinking
And
completely.
Rick
Well,
into it, and he's like, his arm.
he's on one side, the two of us are on the other side to balance it
Fair,
out.
fair.
Oh, I've had better days.
Wait, where's Rev?
We've had better days. He dimension doored us down and told me to save Rick.
Alright, well, you saved Rick. Go find him.
Oh, right. I'll let go of Rick and,
No, tend to Ricky boy and try to keep him afloat. I'll climb up on top of the piece of board. Keep it balanced.
yeah, I'm gonna swim down looking for Rev.
Well, that is gonna be a trick. So what's Rev?
Yes.
How's it going, bud?
Is he swimming up?
Just baking peace
Yeah,
down here at the
kinda.
bottom of the ocean?
Yeah.
Is he trying to swim up?
No.
I wouldn't.
Because he has 2 levels of exhaustion. It's 500 feet away. He can move 10. Well, he can barely move.
It's something.
It's Kellenfor, man. His sweet embrace.
And that it is a sweet embrace. It's serene, peaceful down here on the ocean floor. As peaceful as it can be. It's nice. You see like the little like bloop, 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 like yellow and phosphorescent. Even though it's not that deep, we're gonna make it. The nice creatures.
Seeing something new.
The cool creatures swimming about. Underwater, doing their thing. And you are now significantly far off from where you left Rev, and at this point you're also drifting about, so positions exactly where he was when you dove down. Now it's the open ocean. Where could he be? You're swimming around, you gotta go 500 feet down.
Mm-hmm.
So that's multiple amounts of time to get there, and trying to figure out with a 20-foot visibility You swim around for after you leave Rick and them maybe a minute or two, trying to find, blanketing the ocean, as it were, yourself.
Totally, man.
It's slightly introspective.
It's chilly.
It is. And eventually, your light source disappears.
Oh. I'm gonna swim back to the surface.
Back on the surface.
I'm gonna join Brina and Rick. Guys, I don't think he made it. Oh, he was starting to grow on me. Yeah, I know the feeling.
This sucks.
Yeah, we need to figure out what we're
Tiny
gonna do.
little cage, ball, sinks down to the bottom of the ocean, hits a rock, cracks open, ball of polychromatic light escapes and shoots up out of the surface like a rocket. You see this like, and it flies over to the east. That was the end of the statement. To the east.
I don't like that at all.
No, you like it even less now.
No, really. I really don't like it.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it east where we gotta go?
Do I know that's east? Is the
The
sun?
sun, yeah,
Okay.
you can tell. I described you had the sun as a form of light before.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any? And there's no sign of land anywhere.
Not in the immediate vicinity, no. You were still like a day from
All right.
port. So
So
now
how
what?
are we gonna get out of this? Can't hold on to this piece of wood forever.
That's once a day. Oh.
Somewhere in the wreckage there are several body parts of dead dragonborn floating about. The captain exists somewhere, possibly remnants of your alien friend.
So I'm gonna make a little bit of an ice sheet
Okay,
to add onto the board,
sure.
and that lasts for an hour.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start paddling.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're all just gonna start moving.
It's reasonable. What?
Be gruesome. Like there's a bunch of body parts floating around.
Yeah, they're buoyant.
I got this 1,000 feet of twine.
They are floating. You can make
The
a
flesh
body
raft.
Oh.
a bodyboard.
Oh, on the nose tip.
But like it's something that won't melt.
I don't know. I'm not with that. I can swim.
Also, like, isn't that a cantrip?
Yeah, I think so.
So
Yeah.
it lasts an hour, but you could do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a cantrip? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore everything I have said.
She still said it though.
Can we pretend that I didn't just suggest a body raft?
It's okay.
Just saying.
Listen, it is survival.
Desperate times.
Is it?
It is.
Not for everyone.
Well, not for everyone.
Yeah.
That's the end of the
So
statement.
you guys are just kicking ashore.
Yeah.
I guess.
Look at the growth of Wave as a character. Rather than diving into a dragon's horde in the middle of a fight to find an item that he couldn't use, he chooses to save the party rather than swim off to find magic items. Good on you, sir.
Thought about it.
Aww.
Yeah,
I'm sad now.
you remember.
I like Wave. Okay.
I'll just remind you what her items are. In
We
case
don't get to
you're
hear his
curious.
dreams anymore.
Truth.
She
Let's not
Had.
menagerie.
gloves that were magic, a hat that was magic, a ring that was magic, a dagger that was magic, a wand that was magic, and a cloak that was magic. Did not help in the end.
Nope.
Again, I want a magic missile. Shit if you can't see what you're aiming at.
Truth.
All right. Well,
Yeah, and most of the alien stuff is. I mean, I don't know if they would float. Maybe. The spear's gone, sinking to the bottom. Shoulder cannon's gone, which would be the thing that everybody would want. I look like I put a seed of doubt in your mind there, Pat.
Can I make a suggestion as Rick, since Jake's not here?
Mm-hmm.
We should probably find a piece of that thing. Just so when we find the Quartz Citadel again, we can be like, this thing killed him. Weird, right?
It's the truth, man.
Still. When we... Alright, fine. Just ignore me.
piece of the alien. Put it in Brev's back.
Well, make me a perception check.
If I
as
can
you
find it.
Go to look. So Brina swims off the raft looking for
that
parts.
pretty fast, man.
Just little way. Like, I'm not going far from the raft.
Don't you?
Yeah. So you see Brina leaving to go look
13.
for pieces of the alien. Do you assist? No, you stay with Rick on the.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say like
Okay.
13.
Mandible.
Sure. There's a like mandible claw floating by.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. It would be hard to distinguish what it
yeah.
was from. At least that's what you see on your cursory swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you look for more, maybe you find more. That's up to you guys.
I swim back. Is this good enough, Rick?
Sure. Good job, kid.
Just keep swimming.
Okay.
Well, you can detect magic, right?
Oh,
Is there anything? Brina says to wave.
Oh man.
Is there anything
Like
floating on the
sorry,
surface, like a cloak?
Like
I
I
was
listed
mourning the death
off
of
a
Wave.
list of magic items.
Of Riff.
So it's just like
Yeah, he's lost a close friend. Give him a minute.
Yeah, everybody was still alive when the dragon fight was going on.
Not that you knew.
So I thought. I'm learning.
Make me a perception check with your detect magic.
Double natural 20.
Ooh!
Plus 3.
If it was a 4, that would have been better.
Can't argue with that logic.
3s are better. 4s are better than 3s.
32 with dub 20s. It's gotta cover something.
Yeah, no, it does. You find a piece of fabric floating on the surface. That is magic.
What kind of magic?
Transmutation magic. Enchantment magic. Transmutation magic.
Enchanting.
Yeah, you take it and you pull it and you realize it's a cloak, but still fastened around the head. It's the head of the captain is still it's still like around like the lower half of the neck. But yeah, so you've got her head and also the cloak.
Keep that.
The head?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, they might have some burial rites that they want us to do. This is the closest thing to a survivor we found.
How are we gonna get it to them?
No, we could just sending box. We can just ask them, like, hey, there were some deaths. What do you do with your dead?
Just carry
What? Why is that a bad move?
No.
We are in the middle of the ocean.
For now.
Unclasps from the head.
Our board can only hold so much.
Heads bobbing around.
It floats.
Sorry.
It floats. We can just drag it behind us. It's fine.
Not, it doesn't sink.
No, it does.
It
Ah!
does. I said water.
Yeah, as the water kind of.
Seeps in.
Yeah, as you lifted it up out of the water out the mouth,
Go
and then it goes back in.
Gross.
Yeah, you have this cloak.
Put it in my pack.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a very nice cloak.
What's it look like?
It is purple, a deep purple, fashionable.
Was it smoking while it was on the water?
There was smoke on the water.
Okay,
Yeah. And I mean, you could argue that the sun is a fire in the sky.
I would argue
I
that.
would make that argument.
I would too.
Yeah, so you swim back over with your cloak intact. And that's where we're gonna end for tonight. What a game! Wow, that was not. I didn't know how it was gonna go.
So we didn't get to Dethair without Jake.
True, you'll just get there maybe without you two next week.
Time for you to roll new stats again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or so we think.
Yeah.
I assume. All right.
All right. Internet, thanks for
Coming out.
tuning in.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, Nerd Immersion. Follow the new channel, Nerd Immersion Plays on YouTube.
Yeah, you can actually get to it from if you go to the Nerd Immersion page at the top, kind of on the suggested pages, it's the top one there, so you can check that out. We'll save the trinket that was for Rev
Ooh.
for someone else in the future. I think Rick got a trinket too. We'll get to that. He survived. He finds something floating. We'll figure out what it was. Well, that was something. Rick Rev.
Yeah, tune in next week. Selena and I won't be here. We'll be in Bermuda.
Oh shit! That's
Yep.
right.
So, watch for us.
Hopefully we don't die while we're away. Not us, our characters.
Your character, just to clarify.
Sorry, dear.
All right. Well,
Brina's also adopting Rev's menagerie.
I figured.
You can try.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I don't know if Gaspard's gonna hang around.
Gaspard is the top
Dream
one,
Chameleon.
The Dream Chameleon.
Lord Byron is the fire drake, and Clarence is the
bird.
the songbird,
And then Nibbles.
and then Nibbles. But Nibbles makes his own decisions.
He does. He can stay or go. Right now he's stuck with us, so
It's true. Did Nibbles discover melted cheese?
Let's say yes.
So there was some good here.
Okay. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Some of us will see you next week.
Later, nerds.